How you going, Vince?
I'm good. How you going, Ben?
Good, man. Do you have any interesting hands that you've played this series?
I do. I've got a very painful one that I played versus Kahle on the final table of a 5K. Yeah, do you want me to start with it? Yep.
Yeah, go.
Okay, no worries. Well, we took the premise. I am chip leader equal to, with 6 left in the final table of the 5K. I'm in the cutoff with Pockett 10s. Kahle's a very aggressive player. I think that he's going to potentially use his stack well against other people and myself. Even though I am the chip leader, I don't think he's like scared to play back at people. So I open 10s. He 3-bets out of the small blind. Everyone else folds. It's back to me. I'm kind of hating it right now, but I feel like he's got a lot of like weak aces, like ace 4 suited, that sort of stuff, or ace 5 suited, that he's going to bluff a lot. He may turn, like he may have value as well that I'm beating, like maybe 9s. Maybe, I'm not sure if he kind of like shuts down a little bit, as in just turns it into a call at this stage. But yeah, and he's got obviously stuff that I can flip with as well that he may or may not call, like ace queen, ace king. So I decided to put the pressure back on him, shove all in, and I unfortunately get the insta call. It was for 32 bigs, and I was hating life. He shows the aces. I do not hold. I lose that hand. I'm in a world of pain, and I'm now second last in the tournament with 6 left to go. I think I torched about $200,000 worth of equity there, so that's my hand.
All right, you got a hand for us?
I do. Okay, main event, day 1. At the end of day 1, blinds are 400, 800. +1 opens, splashy player, to 2,000. We're next to act. King, Queen, O. 3-bet, 5K. Sure, it's a bit loose, but the guy's been opening Queen 8 off, and etc. Whatever. Small blind calls, and the splashy player shrugs his head and calls. 3 ways to a flop. 16, 600 in the middle. Jack 10, 3, 2 hearts. I've got King, Queen with a Queen of Hearts. So checks around. Turn is an Ace of Hearts. So it's Jack 10, 3, heart, heart. Turn, Ace of Hearts. He goes check, check. I've got the straight with the redraw to the second nuts. I bet 10K. Small blind calls. Big, the other gun folds. River, 6 of Hearts. I've got the second nuts. So it's Ace. So it's Jack 10, 3, Ace, heart, heart, heart. 6 of Hearts. The guy checks. Dealer says check. It's on me. And I'm taking for about a minute. The guy now grabs his stack when it's on me and is about to bet all in. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I never said check." And everyone's like, "Yeah, you did say check." And he's like, "I didn't say check." And now call the tournament director over, explain the situation. The TD says he gets all his options back. So the guy's like, "Do I have all my options back?" I've got about 14K back. Pot's 2,600 in the middle. He goes, "All right, if I have all more options back, then I'm gonna grab his chips, just about put it in the middle." Then some other players are like, "Hey, wait, hold on a second. You can't bet. You can't bet the river. He's checked the river." I'm in the meantime, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to reveal the strength of my hand. And explain the situation again. TD's like, "All right, now actually, you know what? You can't bet." So the guy's like, "What? I can't bet? Oh, okay, fine, whatever. I check." So now it's on you. What do you do with the King, Queen of Hearts? A King, Queen with the Queen of Hearts. Do you check, bet, or shoot down? Got the second nuts. Maybe I'll let the viewers decide. This one. Yeah.
Come on, man. Give us a spoiler. Give us a spoiler.
Okay. Anyway, I thought for a long time. 14K back, 26K pot. End up checking because it was just the way that the hand is so weird. He was so adamant to put it in. Ended up showing King, Queen with the King of Hearts. So I survived the day 2. Doubled up and survived the day 2 after that.
Nick, do you have a hand for us?
Hey Ben, so I made day 2 of the main with 130K, and then I played this hand where under the gun opened off like 60 big blinds. I was in the cutoff with ace king with maybe like 150 big blinds, and then small blind who's active and aggressive 4-bets. Under the gun folds, I call. The flop was 3-3-3. C-bet like 1/3, I call. Turns to deuce. Bet half pot, I call. River's a 4. Puts me all in. Thinking. then decided to call, and then was shown ace king, so I chopped. But called off my tournament life and dragged, so happy with that.
G'day, Harley. Have you got a hand for me?
Benny, do I have a hand for you? So I'll set the scene. This was in the 2.5K that we played about a week and a half ago. I had a fair bit. I think I was about 65K, and we're at 501K, 1K, so about 65 bigs effective. I raised the cutoff, big blind calls. So I raised the 2K, but big blind calls. Who covers me? Who's a very good overseas pro, and he wrecks myself. So I'll just say this is a punt. Flop comes 7-7 deuce rainbow.
What have you got?
I've got ace 10 of spades. Flop comes 7-7 deuce rainbow, no spade. So I'll preface this. Checks to me, I bet 1.2K. The solid Irish pro makes it 3.3K. I click him back, I make it 8.8K. He clicks it back again, he makes it 18.8K. I flat, because I basically thought process is who is sort of 5-betting a flop with a 7. And then turn is the king of spades, he bets 8.5K. I flat. River is the ace of hearts, he jams, I call, he has a 7, GG's. And that was the dumbest hand I've ever played.
Hey, Josh, do you have a hand for us?
Yes. Okay. So it's day 2 of the main event. I am absolutely sun running. I have over 500K. And Under the Gun opens at 2K, 4K to 8K. I make it 22K with ace king, no spade, +2. And he calls, comes king 6-5, all spades. He checks. I bet 15K. He calls. The turn is a repeat 6. He checks. I actually ultimately decide to bet 40K here. There's 120K behind. He check jams. Not an amazing spot, but with ace king, don't think I'm folding here. I call. He has pocket 3s. Dream scenario with the 3 of spades, 9 of spades on the river. I ended up bagging 285 going to day 3 instead of 800. So that was a bummer.
Hey, Marty, do you have a hand for us?
I do actually. It's a hand. It's my bust out hand from the main event. It's the one of the rare hands I was disappointed that I played this series. So I'll just run you through it. It's day 1 of the main. Blinds are 300, 600. And I just give you a bit of history on the situation. The previous hand, cut off limps, we have a dead small. I'm on the button. I fold. Big blind checks, gets the showdown, and the big blind wins with Jack 2 offsuit against pocket 10s. And I ask the cutoff, I go, why didn't you raise your hand, bro? He's like a mate of mine. And he goes, I felt like you were going to go to war that head. And I tell him, hey, I'm always looking to go to war. And then as I'm giving this spiel, the hijack, who's also a mate of mine, he opens and I go, hey, Jim looks like he wants to go to war. Cutoff folds, I'm on the button again. I look down, it's ace king. So like, we've got this whole dynamic where I'm giving this spiel about going to war. So I'm like, what a perfect spot. We're 65K effective. I 3-bet the button, Jim calls. I got ace king. Flop comes ace 9-6, 2 hearts. He checks. I make a small bet. He check raises me. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, it's too good to be true. I've given this spiel. Now we're playing this pot. I call. Turn comes a 7. He barrels again, probably 3/4 pot around there. And now I'm like, feeling like, yeah, I'm not loving the spot anymore. I was loving it pre-flop. I was loving it on the flop. But now this sizing, this texture, this character, like alarm bells are kind of ringing in my head. But I'm like, get stubborn, find a call. It's day 1 of the main event. River comes repeat 9. He jams all in for about 75% pot. And here I'm in the tank. And I'm just, for some reason, I can't get my head to forget about this whole spiel and all this dynamic that's happening pre-flop. So I'm talking to myself like, he must think I'm going to war. Is he trying to move me off? I start thinking about so I'm trying to fade that out of my head. Thinking about the hand logically, thinking about the value combos. Is he really going to find the bluffs? Is he going to find the 6x that check raise triples off? Is he going to go thin enough for value? And then I'm like, what can he have for value? So few combos. Eventually, I guess I couldn't shake off that whole dynamic. I call off. And sure enough, the moment I put in my chips, I knew I punted off. And there you go. I'm fucking out of the main.
Hey Ash, have you got a hand for us?
I certainly do. So we're just sitting down level 1 of the main event. So first 10k I've ever played. So on the big stage now. Hijack opens 3x. So obviously we're level 1. So we're like 300 bigs effective in his hand. Hijack opens 3x, button flats, and I'm in the big blind with King Queen O. I decided to just flat. Flop is quite nice. King 9 with rainbow. So there's 1 club, the 9 of clubs. The flop just checks through. We see the 10 of clubs on the turn, bringing in the backdoor flush draw. Obviously some straights get there as well, but we've got the queen, so not too worried. So I lead half pot. Both players call. River is the queen of clubs, so backdoor flush draw arrives, some straights get there. We're 3 ways out of position here, so I decide to just check with top boat. The hijack bets about a third. Button 2.2x flicks back around to us. We're sitting there not with the nuts. There is a straight flush on board. We block top straight flush, so we're essentially got the third nuts. I put in a 3.3x raise, hijack flats, and then the button gets out of the way. We show a hand and we're good. Hijack claims he has pocket 10s and the button river to flush as well. So it's quite a nice way to start off our first ever 10k.
Hey Kahle, do you have a hand for us?
I played an interesting one before. I think there's 14 left in the 5k pillow. Cut off who's got some chips, raises. I defend King 8-8-9 with the King high clubs. The flop comes Jack 8-7, 2 diamonds, so I flop middle set and a gut shot. I check. He bets half pot. I call. I think this stage of the tournament call seems pretty good. Turns a 6, so now I turn an open ender. I check. He bets half pot again. So Jack 8-7, 6, 2 diamonds. Pretty easy call. Obviously, I beat a lot of bluffs, and then I have equity to improve, chop, or win. River is a 6 of diamonds, so I make a boat. I lead B70. It's also noted that 8, 7, 6 of diamonds is on the board, so it's 3 straight flushes. And then the opponent goes all in after maybe like 3 seconds. So his all in was maybe, I bet 1.4. I think it was another 3.1 or something, and I elected to fold. So that was that's an interesting hand I played. I don't know what he's got, but it's a big fold that I usually don't make. Put it that way.
Hey Nelson, have you got a hand for us?
It's kind of funny. You kind of put me on the spot because it's been a long series, so I don't really remember an exact hand. But there was one hand that really speaks out to me because it's what it represents instead. It was in the main event where we're not even that close to the money, but I've gone all in for ace with ace queen, and I've gotten called by king queen, and it's for my tournament life. So this was the first point in the tournament where I was actually at risk, and I was filming it, and I could literally feel my heart was racing, my hand was shaking. And it's crazy because I've been playing this game for almost 10 years. This isn't even the biggest blind tournament that I've ever played, yet I still get nervous and I still get jitters playing this game. And that's why I fucking love poker so much, because I hope that for the rest of my life in this game, I still have that feeling, because if I don't have that feeling anymore, I'm probably just going to quit. So we end up clean run out and taking it down, but it just kind of represents what the game means to me. Just feeling nervous no matter what the spot is.
Hey Tim, have you got a hand for us?
Yeah, so there was a spot in the main that I'm still wrapping my head around. So guy opens under the gun 1, 8-handed. He's got 90k, the big blind is 1500. I flat had a part on the button. I've got about 150k. Both blinds are fairly deep stacked, they both fold. We see a flop of Jack 8-7 two spades. He bets 4k into 10k. I decided to make it 15k. He quickly calls. Turn is the king of spades, bringing the spades flush. And then he donks 27k to 40k, leaving 52k back. I go to the tank, just thinking he hasn't been too crazy. I haven't seen too many showdowns from him, so I don't have a lot of information. But I just thought, you know, what's he doing this with in the main event? Unless he's on some sick level, he knows he's going to get me off 2 pair. I just figured probably be here. So I ended up tank folding. Any advice on that would be great, because I'm still in the tank about it. Thanks a lot.
Hey Croc, have you got a hand for us?
Oh, yep, got one. Okay, it's the main event. And, we come back from the dinner break and I've got roughly 32 bigs and we're playing 2,500 blinds. And I was on a very good table, but Lennart Velotte rolled up from Denmark, who was very aggressive and rock and roller. He opened up for 2 bigs and I flatted with the ace-9 of diamonds in their position. The flop peels over pretty good for me, 9-4-5 with 2 clubs. He leads 7k into me, which is approximately just under 3 bigs. I thought about it for a while and I thought, well, if I flat, and he's got hands like King Jack, King Jack, King 10, King Queen, any combinations like that, 10 Jack, I don't want to get, I'm giving him like free equity, so I made it 21, and he didn't take very long and he just jammed 100 bigs into me. Now, because I actually had dinner, I had a little bit to drink, and when I normally have to drink, my instincts actually, believe it or not, actually kick in a little bit better. The boys will tell you in the cash games where I go from Billy the Croc, tight as a rock, to Billy Bathtub, loose as a goose, but actually instincts kick in. So I thought, well, this guy's on a draw, I'm going to call. Of course, he had a club draw, and I'm talking to you now. The question is, a few people said, well, it's a main event, maybe you shouldn't have jeopardised your chips, but I was right on my call. We ended up 50-50, I lost the 50-50. You know, if I 3-bet pre, his hand actually was King 10 of clubs, and to be fair, he's probably like 55% after when we get all the money in. And unfortunately, he hit it straight away, and I was drawing dead. And I'm talking to you now, and that was my hand in the main event.
Hey Dan, do you have a hand for us?
We do have a spicy hand. Unfortunately, it ended in my demise in the 5k PLO. So to give a bit of context, we're 2 off the money. So we're currently doing hand for hand. It's been about 2 hours, so quite a long time. My patience is probably thinning. I've been cockroaching the whole time. I'm down to 7 bigs, and unfortunately, I'm probably thinking about the wrong strategy, which is trying to gain additional chips when my strategy should just be survival. So that's probably mistake number 1 in the hand. So my bust out hand, bit of a spoiler there. Harli Jensz initially limps under the gun. He's got around 15 bigs, and we look down at ace, 10-8 with a suit, and we decide to raise the pot, which is definitely a mistake here. We don't want to be getting in our equity in a 60-40 situation when we can continue folding into the money. And that side caveat, my table is a table of 8. All the other tables are tables of 7, so I get a few more extra hands if I decide to fold my way into the money off 7 bigs, which is around 20 to 25 hands. So we punish, raise the pot, big mistake. So we raise it up to 4.5 bigs, and the dealer announces that it will be 5.5 bigs. That's when I realized my second mistake, that it's not just Harli that has limped under the gun. It was actually Marty that initially limped and Harli overlimped. So we've now put in 5.5 bigs of our 7 bigs, and this is not looking good. Obviously folds around to Marty, and he's not limping to limp fold, so he sticks in the call. And then Harli insta-ships his 15 big stack. And this is probably where I make yet another mistake in the hand, and we decide to call off our remaining 1.5 bigs. We should probably fold here. It looks like a very obvious aces v aces setup with Marty having a very live third hand, and that's exactly the situation we find ourselves in. Flipping 3-way, we've got around 25%, splitting with Harli, and Marty is in there with around 50%. and we are appropriately and maximally punished as we are sent out on the money bubble. So I guess lesson learned on how to ICM punt it off in 5K PLO, and I guess sometimes you just got to pay the tuition, and hopefully next time we're in a big spot, we've learnt our lesson. Cheers. Thanks, Ben.
Tony, do you have a hand for us?
I do. I got moved from one table to the other. Some random guy says, "Hey Joe, how you been?" "Yeah, good mate." So I sat down. So all the way through, every orbit, every hand that finished, "Yeah, Joe, how was Vegas?" "Yeah, good mate." And no one said anything, but a lot of the people were just on the table that were laughing. So in the end, I woke up with 7-3, 7 of spades, 3 of clubs. So I raised his big blind. The guy that was calling me Joe is in the big blind, and he three bet me. I 4-bet him with 7-3. He flattered, and the board came out 3-3 ace. So the ace was the money card. So I said to him, "Mate, are you having fun?" He looked at me and goes, "Yeah, Joe, I'm having fun." I go, "That's fantastic." I go, "Fantastic." So I obviously checked. He opened. I just flattered. Turn card came a queen. I said, "You still having fun?" He goes, "Yeah, mate, why do you keep asking me, Joe?" I go, "Just making sure you're having fun." Yeah. So anyway, river card comes. We both checked the turn, sorry. And I checked, he checked, turn card came a 7. So obviously filled up. I checked again. I said, whoa, before you bet, are you sure you want to bet?" He looked at me, goes, "Joe, I really need to play my hand." I go, "All right, mate, you go for it. You play your hand." So he made a large bet, and I moved all in. I go, before I move all in, I said to him, "Are you sure you're having fun?" He goes, "Yeah." So I moved all in. He looked at me, "What? I thought this was fun." I go, "I asked you whether we're having fun." He goes, "Sorry, Joe, I got a call." "Mate, don't be sorry, please." So he turned over ace queen, and to his surprise, had 7-3. And mate, by the way, I'm not Joe, but this is Joe's hand.
Hey, Luke, have you got a hand for us?
Just for you, Ben. Yeah, good one. We were playing 5K. We're on a feature table. Actually, it's on stream. 3 of the money. You were big blind. Hijack, ace queen off. I was thinking what to do. I had 12 big blinds. Kahle Burns with the big stack on the small blind, Ben on the big. I decided, I don't know how, miracle, I decided to fold. Actually comes to the small blind, Kahle Burns, pocket 9. You raise, you had an ace queen off as well. You jam into him, he called, and then you busted. So, a miracle I survived and make it the money. But what's more important, next day when you saw me here, you were yelling on me how you can fold ace queen. This was the best fold of the tournament.
Hey, Perry, do you have a hand for us?
I do. It's played in cash, actually, not a tournament. Context is I just come back from my mandatory 20-minute break into the big blind in a 10-20-40 game. So the 40 wasn't on, and I was in the 20, and we're 200 big blinds effective, so I bought in for 4K. The cutoff raises to $50. Who's a regular, a recreational calls a button, and I had my reasons to think that the cutoff was, maybe opening up a little bit wider than normal, and I've got red pocket 8s in the big blind, and I make a 6x squeeze to $300. Gentleman 4 bets to 725, button folds. I decide to peel. In hindsight, I probably could have considered whacking on him, but decided not to at the time. The flop was ace of spades,
Queen of Hearts, 9 of Hearts. I had the 8 of Hearts in my hand, obviously with red 8s. I check. He bets $300 into $1,500. I decide to get a little bit spicy and make a nice R25, R30 raise to $900. He thinks for a little bit and calls. The turn was a 7 of clubs. I barrel for 1,100 into, what's it, 3,500, right? Oh, sorry, 3,300. 1,100 into 3,300, B33. I think I messed up the sizing slightly in game. Thinks for a bit and calls. The river was a brick 3, and I shove it in for 1275 into the pot of 5,300. And the gentleman burns, doesn't mean any time banks, but burns a bit of time. He was in the tank for about 2 to 3 minutes, and finds the call with 9-6 of spades, which was a little bit tilting.
Hey Joe, have you got a hand for us?
I do have a fun hand from the bubble of the freeze out yesterday. So I was quite short, and then I was happy to look down at kings in the cutoff. I opened at 20k at 10k. The small blind chip leader calls and big blind defends. It comes queen 6-4 rainbow. Small blind leads 25, which is great. Big blind folds. I want to see where I'm at. So I raise to 80. He calls, turns a 6, so pairs the middle card, and it brings in backdoor flush draw. Big blind leads for 100. I'm all in for 160. You got it, you got it. He's not happy. And he calls me with queen 5-0, and it breaks. So I was very happy the way that one worked out.
Hey Josh, do you have a hand for us?
Yeah, Ben, I got a fun hand for you in the main event. So this is level 2 of the main, or level 3 actually. It was 200, 400. Got around 70k chips, so just over starting stack. I opened hijack with king jack of spades. The big blind defends, and the flop comes ace deuce 3 or spades. So I flop the second nuts. Big blind leads out for pot, and we started the hand around 170 big blinds deep. I naturally raise the flop. I make it 5k. The big blind now snap 3 bits to 14k. I decide to 4-bit click him, and he snap 5-bit jams all in. I snap call for my tournament life in the main event on level 3, and he's got queen 6 of spades. And that is one of the craziest early stage hands I've played.
Hey Joe, do you have a hand for us?
I have a couple, but the one that I guess is funny is it was on day 2 of the main event, late. I'd been punishing this guy to my right, 3-betting him all day. And he got short stacked, and I 3-bet him again. I had jacks this time. And he called. And the flop came like, I want to say 7-7 deuce or something. Good flop for jacks. He checks. I bet small and calls. Turn card comes I don't know, small card. He checks, and I decide to put him all in. I bet 75k. And he immediately throws his chips in the middle, and I turn my jacks over. And he goes, "Are you calling?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "There's an extra 5,000. It's 80,000. I go, "Of course I'm calling." Yeah, cool. And he shows me quad 7s. So, but good thing it was only a small pot, so it was no big deal.
Hey Luke, have you got a hand for us?
Yeah, so the hand I blasted off in the main with was pretty funny, but it was a good learning experience for me. So I had A7 off with the ace of clubs. Well, to my right, opens 2x. I 3-bet massive to 8x. Folds around, he calls. Flops 9-7 deuce with 2 clubs.
What have you got?
I've got ace 7 with the ace of clubs. So backdoor clubs, ace high at the time. I check, he checks back. I check. Turns 6 of clubs. Just bringing the third club on board. He leads into me. I raise about 3x what he bet. He calls. River's low blank, so I think it was a 6 or something irrelevant, 7 or something, but it's a low blank irrelevant. He bets into me for half pot, and I elect to jam pretty quickly for piles at the time. He decides to go in the tank for ages. I obviously have like all the suited ace extra clubs that I'm repping there, because that's exactly how I play the same hand. And I have obviously ace king, ace queen, ace jack suited, ace 10 suited, etc. He doesn't, so I thought. Anyway, he tanks for 5 minutes, then throws in the call and has pocket nines for a top set. And I am absolutely crippled rather to like, you know, peanuts at the time, like 10k or something. And then, yeah, I doubled that back up, then busted a bit later.
Hey Julian, do you have a hand for us?
I do. It was the 1.5k mystery bounty early in the series. Josh McSweeney raised from early position. I was in MP with pocket aces, had a free bet, and the small blind, who was a very active New Zealand player, had a cold call. So I definitely did mind seeing that, and Josh ended up folding. I went heads up to deuce, deuce, 4, 2 clubs, 1 heart, something like that. Checks to me. I see bet for around 30% pot. The small blind calls. The turn is an offsuit 3, and the small blind decides to donk over pot jam. I obviously called my hand, and he was completely dead because he had jack 9 of hearts, no flush draw, jack high. I think he just had enough of me and didn't like my face, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey Yoon, have you got a hand for us?
Alright, so I got a hand played versus none other than yours truly, Mr. Pockett. We open under the gun in this 2.5k freeze out and 7-6 diamonds off like 55, 60 bigs, and Benny Pockett 3-bets us from the low jack, and he covers. And we don't think he's too strong. Our gut, our live feel makes us think he's messing around a little bit, so we stick around. Flop comes ace jack 9 rainbow with the 9 of diamonds, so flop a whole lot of nothing but backdoor dreams. Check, he bets like 5k into 27. We make it 17.5. Just think like credible board where I have some strong hands that he doesn't. Obviously he's got aces, but you know, if he does, good luck to him. Don't think he's strong. He calls, turns a king of spades. So we get there with some straight draws, still have some sets. I mean, it's a good turn for him too, but when we start blasting on the turn, it looks very credible, hoping to get him to fold something weak like a 1-pair hand. So we bet 36 into 60, and he gives me the old never win a hand versus you and mocks it, and we say cop this and show him the 7-6 of diamonds, and now we're in a video.
Mr. Pock, do you have a hand for us?
I do have a hand. Extremely irritating hand. And just to set my mood at the time, I had played the 25k that day, and I had bubbled the 25k 2 off the money, and that was my 3rd bubble for the series. And it's the 1500 PLO now, and 47 get paid, there's 51 left, so we're 4 off the money, and the average stack is say 40 or 50 big blinds. I've got average, and at this point I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to bubble this one, I've got too many chips. Anyway, earlier position limps in, and I'm in the cutoff with king 8-5 double suit, and I did consider limping as well, just to keep the pot small, because he covers me. But I thought, you know what, I don't want to take this hand multi-way, I'm just going to raise it up, push the others out, and go heads up. So I raised, I didn't go pot because I didn't want to blow the pot up too big, I just thought I'd hedge my bets, I made it like 3.5x. He calls, and the flop is 7-6 deuce, so rainbow, but I've got 2 backdoor flush draws. He checks, I just mash pot because on the bubble I'm happy to push him out. I've got a great hand, I've got up and down, I've got overpair, I've got 2 backdoor flush draws. He's sticking for a while, cutting out his chips, and at this point I'm thinking to myself, like, I just want to show my hand and say, look mate, just fold, just fold your hand. But he doesn't, he puts in a call. And the turn is a repeat deuce, brings a flush draw, which is mine, and he instantly moves all in, just not a care in the world. So I'm like, he's obviously got a 2, but the pot is less than 1, and it's 3 a.m, and the pot's too big, I've got too much going on, and I'm like, mate, I'm just not folding. So I stick it in. I'm thinking, oh no, maybe he's got like a deuce with an up and down or something. But no, he has queen, jack, 8, deuce, no other draws, but that's okay. I've still got plenty going on, and I brick out, and I had bubbled 3 tournaments up to that point, and I took them all on the chin. But let's just say I was not very sportsmanlike or gracious with that bust out.